Cool. All right, looks like we're up. Can you hear me? Mic is on. Nope, mic's right there. Boom. All right. Cool. Hello. There we go. Okay, good. All right. Wait for some people to come on. Boom. If the lighting's all right. There we go. Boom. Let's wait for some people to come on. Let me know if you can hear me all right. See how everybody's doing. Thumbs up if you can hear me. That'd be great. See a few people just came in. Okay. Sorry about the lighting. I got my little light set up there, but wait for that to come up. There we go. Excuse me, I have COVID, so I'm still a little sick. I got something going on with my chest. So, Mike, how you doing? Miles, sorry, the letter is a little small. I'm doing pretty good, man. This thing has really kicked my butt. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, awesome. Thank you, Dale. See you. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm feeling a little better. Like I said, my chest is really tight, so I apologize in advance for the coughing. I got to do this. I've been wanting to do a YouTube, a two-stroke Tuesday, a couple weeks ago, and it's the first of the year, guys, and I haven't done anything with the channel, so I wanted to at least do this and say hi to everybody and see how everybody's doing. Tonight's cup is brought to you by my son, who let me borrow his cup. But yeah, just really, it's a lot of chest pressure. It has been a crazy year, guys. I got to share with you guys something super huge on my Facebook when I was doing my Facebook channel, my Facebook, looking at my Facebook stuff. And you know how they come up with memories and stuff like that came up. Let's see if I can find it here. My memory that came up was about the YouTube channel on this day last year. We were at 4,953 subscribers. Today, we are at 7,457 subscribers. So awesome, guys. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you guys very much. And we're going to have one hell of a year. We got a lot of stuff going on. I am changing some things on the channel. I'm actually working with a gentleman right now to do an opening for the videos. So we're going to make the videos more like a show when you first open up. I'm not going to go too blingy, but I am going to do a little bit something cool, something special. And this is a really super cool year because this year, guys, we hit 8,000 subscribers. So that is absolutely mind-blowing. I never thought it would even be to this level that it's at. So we're going to hit 8,000 subscribers this year. And I know I'll be hitting way more than that by the time the end of the year is. I'm not worried about that. My number this year was 8,000. And I'll tell you why I wanted to hit 8,000, because that is what I thought I would be at this time. So I'm right in trajectory to hit my goal of that. So that's really, really something super cool. And by the way, guys, I'm not farting. That's this chair making all kinds of cracking noises. So yeah, it is. It really is awesome. And you know, it's because you guys watch the videos and share the videos and give the videos thumbs up. And every time you guys give a thumbs up, it moves it higher in the algorithms, and people really, really like to share the channel and like what they're viewing. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate that. And I have met many, many awesome people through this channel who have shared videos with me and their experiences. Excuse me, hold on a second. That's one of the things I can't. It gets hard to breathe after a few minutes. Shared their experiences of using my videos on their bike builds. Or just like Art, Miles, and Arnie, you guys have knocked it out of the park. They built some great bikes, and they're still going. So thank you, Dale. It is a lot of hard work, and you know it's because I have the support of you guys on my back, watching the show, watching what we're doing, and using the. Forget about my videos. Let's take a moment for a second and just put the videos aside. Put the videos aside. The real reason why this channel is growing is because you guys have been taking my videos and literally using them in real world scenarios. And as your teacher, and I've been sharing my experiences with you guys, and you guys have literally knocked it out of the park. I mean, I'm just so proud. So once again, thank you. Thank you, Miles. And that right there, to me, is what makes this channel worth it. So it makes me want to do more and share with you guys more of my inside stuff, because this is my legacy. When I'm dead and gone, you guys are going to have these videos. These bikes will be all running, and they'll be passed down to generations. And that's what this is. It's a community of bikers. And there is nothing better than that. There is it keeps people, some people, it keeps them off the streets. Some people, it allows them to literally have an outlet to express themselves. So it really is something super cool. It is something super cool that you guys are able to use the videos, and you guys learn something. You guys learn a trade, and this is literally the stuff that I'm teaching you guys. If you guys learn the basics this year, we're going to be stepping that up. I'm going to be showing you guys some super cool tools that I use on my day-to-day, like this little guy right here. This is a carburetor pop-off tool. Guys, most people haven't even seen these. Okay? And you can see the gauge going up right there. What does that do? Let me show you what this thing does. When you replace a needle in a seat in the carburetor, instead of just taking this carburetor and bolting into the motor and hoping it works, this right here, this tool, tests the float valve and make sure it's actually holding. So I'm going to be showing you guys, you're going to be seeing a little bit more of the behind the scenes tools that I use. I'm going to get a little bit more technical on you. So brace yourselves, because you guys are going to be learning a ton more cool stuff. I'm also going to show you something that is very secretive. Okay? Very secretive. Old bike bikers. Darn right, Dale. Okay? I'm going to show you guys something that is crazy that you don't even know even exist. What do I mean? Well, take these little old Makuni carburetors. This one right here is from an LB50. Same thing as the GT80 and the what do you call it there? The KV75 MT1 carbs. Okay, well they're pretty close. This won't bolt onto it, but it's close. But let me show you guys something cool. A lot of people don't know because they can't find them. Kevin, I can't find a needle for that thing. Well, Briggs & Stratton makes needles for lawnmowers. Not all the same, but I know the different part numbers that would cross-reference, and these have rubber tips on them. So they seal a whole lot better than the straight-up metal ones. You're going to thank me for that when you see them in videos. So we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. Yeah, it is pretty cool. So you guys are literally going to be learning some stuff. What's this? That's right, Art. It is super cool that we're able to do this with this channel. So once again, it's because of you guys. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for thumbs up. And I had to pick a direction because this channel is growing. Okay. One of the things I swore I would not do is do a Patreon. And the reason for I don't want to do a Patreon account, all right, is because people have to buy subscriptions. This ain't that type of channel. We're not going to do anything like that. The Patreon thing is out because then I have to do certain content, as I told you guys before, for certain viewers, and then other viewers who have, may just want to learn a little bit about their bikes. aren't going to be doing that type of thing. So where do I go with the ability to move this channel forward? I was thinking about putting together a whatchamacallit there, a like a GoFundMe thing. Let me know your thoughts on that. And it's something that if you guys have something you want to donate to the channel to keep it going, that will be awesome. But I don't want it to be a focal point of the channel. You know, like a Patreon account. You know what I mean? And like, well, Brian, you got your bike here. I'm working on Brian's bike, and what do you call it there? And we're doing some super cool stuff. So if Brian, who's a subscriber of mine, and a friend, brought his bike to me, and then I did a Patreon account, he'd have to sign up to watch his own videos on his own bike. It's a whole bunch of crap, But I could do a GoFundMe page or even a PayPal account for that. And if you guys wanted to drop in a little bit of coinage, that would be a big help. So those are some things I was thinking about doing, implementing, and to see what could help, because I don't get paid enough to do what I'm doing on the channel, but I don't want to stop doing the channel. I know you guys don't want me to either. So that was one of the things that's going to be coming up this year. We're going to figure out doing that. I'll do that in a video, and you'll know more about the direction I'm going to take that in. Many people support the channel in many different ways. In fact, Art Miles and Ani just sent me up a really super cool tool, a case splitting tool with a crank install tool. And I actually have a couple coming up that I'm going to use that on and show it. It's pretty cool. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Some people randomly send me extra parts. They did a project and they have some extra parts kicking around. And Kev, won't you try this? I got this extra stuff I'm not going to use. Boom. Perfect. And then what I do with that stuff is those go in a separate box, because those are my donation parts. What I do is when I'm working on a customer's bike or a subscriber's bike, and they had a broken marker light or a tail light. Okay, let me see if I have that. Oh, I might have that in my thing that another subscriber had sent to me. So having these extra parts and pieces, I'm able to pass them along. There's no charge on any of those parts. If I get a part for free, it goes out to a common biker, and that's where it goes. So it's pretty cool. I have a lot of people who ask me, Kevin, do you have this part? Do you have? I don't really sell parts, just because I really don't have time to go to the post office between work and everything else. And then, I didn't like this part. I didn't like that part. Oh, I thought it was this. I thought it was that. Blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, I'm back and forth to the mail post office. Certain people I don't mind helping out like that are close by and that I know. But for random people to hit me up and say, Kevin, I need this part. Yeah, and you didn't even say hi to me. It's just stuff like that. So I really don't get into selling parts, as I told you guys. For certain people, I will do that for, meaning, people who have contributed, then I don't mind doing that for. But that sort of thing. But yeah, we're going to be really increasing the channel in 2022, and we are going to do that bike ride this year. Still working out the deets on that because of the whole COVID thing. So, but we're going to do that sooner than later. It's going to be like earlier in the year as opposed to where I was going to do it. So it'd be pretty cool. So, of course, all bikes must be registered and that sort of thing. You can have your own. Yeah, I know, right? Kaplan. The thing is with Kaplan America, those guys, when they go through bikes, everything on their bikes is top dollar. They don't sell a bike for what a regular person would buy a bike for. They're selling it for prime pricing. And when I say prime pricing, I mean where it's supposed to be and a little above, because they feel that their bikes are at that level, which is, they are beautiful, beautiful bikes, without doubt. But definitely, they sell their bikes for way more than they're actually valued at. So if you look at Kelly Blue Book, for instance, their bikes are a little bit, because they're a museum, so they can sell museum quality pieces at a museum price and get all the money for it. And when you think about the overhead for those bikes, the building that they have, the overhead for the parts. I mean, they don't put Chinese parts into those bikes. They are um, Capital America does an outstanding job. So when I'm saying this, don't think I'm knocking them, because I'm totally not knocking them. They are, when the bike goes in, it's okay. When the bike comes out, it's pristine. So that's what I meant by that. That would be, I wanted to do it up in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. It's a beautiful 32-mile run from Conway, New Hampshire, all the way up to Lincoln. Do like a meet and greet, like a little barbecue, like a hibachi type thing, and then back down to where all the vehicles will be parked. And it'd be a fun day. Like I said, it's 32 miles one way. You can get gas up there if you need, and then come down on the Kangamangas Highway, or Kangamagas Highway. It's Route 112 in New Hampshire, and there is a stretch of road that is a little windy. It's got some curvature to it, but there is no gas stations, none. So it's 32 miles of just beautiful scenic road, and it just goes all the way up to Lincoln. And there's some beautiful places up top and down bottom you can stop at, gift stores, and that sort of thing. So it's pretty cool. So it's pretty neat. We have like the whole, yeah, the vintage look on these bikes are just, well, you guys know, the bikes are just the curves, the way the frames are, they're just beautiful. So thankful for you. Well, you're very welcome. Yeah, you're very, very, very welcome. I'm very happy to do these videos, and I'm happy to share that my knowledge. Like I said, Ernesto, I didn't think that this channel was going to take off, and it took off. I mean, it's growing at a manageable rate, but I feel like I got to keep stepping it up. So that's where the 2022 and the 8,000 subscribers. So when 8,000 subscribers happens, it's going to go for every 2,000 subscribers. I'm going to keep raising my bar, personal level, of course, but we're going to be doing some cool stuff this year. One of the other things I plan on doing this year is, well, early on in the year, I'm finishing off all the bike builds that I have for what do you call it there, subscribers. They're all going to be done before spring. That's my goal. All the bikes done before spring. I'm not taking any more in 2022, only because I have so many of my own bikes to do. So, and my KE102 build needs to be finished, and I also have my my Honda MT250 with that new bike that came in from the scrap. That needs to be done. So, yep. Any Honda CT? No, I have no CT90 builds, but Dale and I are going to be doing a collaboration, which I have to send that frame out. I just haven't because of the whole COVID thing. Him and I are going to be teaming up and doing a silver tag CT70. So pretty cool. To be a lot of videos on that. Of course, CDI ignition, but the rest of the bike will be pretty much factory stock original. I got a lot of flack for CDI ignitions fairly recently too. A lot of people are upset because they can't find the CDI ignitions and all that, and I'm still working on them. But one of the things, one of the reasons why that all my bikes have to be CDI is because I have a lot of bikes, a lot of them, and there is nothing wrong with points. I have ran points in my bikes for years. Okay, since I've been riding. In fact, my Honda CB350 still has points. A lot of bike, which it will get CDI, but for the most part, I don't mind having a bike with points. My little MT1, my 1972 MT1, that bike is also points. Some bikes I have that are points. I don't mind having a few bikes that are points, but when you have upwards of 28 bikes, and you have to buy points in spark plugs and filters and oil, It's a lot. So when you can convert points to CDI and not have to worry about points, because all my bikes carry spare spark plugs with them. In fact, I have a really cool Super Duty idea for holding an extra spark plug on your bike that I'm going to be showing you guys in one of my videos, a little thing that I do, and that I haven't showed you yet. So you guys will be learning a lot this year. So I hope you guys have your pencils ready and your number two pencil and your notebooks ready, because you guys will be learning a metric ton of stuff this year. I'm going to show you guys how to test a condenser with All the Multimeter. It's not something I was going to do, but I decided I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys how to do that, do some quick testing, some quick diagnostics, and it's going to be really pretty cool. I'm going to ask about how to add turn signals 93SS, but I found you. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. Yep, I have a ton of there's just a ton of videos. I've pretty much touched on every aspect of the bike, and that's a really cool thing, because now I can take you guys to advanced level. You guys got the basics down. I mean, I've shown the basics over and over and over again. So, which is super cool. So now you guys understand the fundamentals. You guys understand the basics. You guys know how a two-stroke works. That's all in the videos. Now we're going to be getting into some more technical stuff. So I'm going to keep the videos in the same format that I'm teaching you guys at. So we don't. You guys know how I teach. You guys have all, from the positive feedback, you guys are all on board with that. We're going to keep going in that same teaching method that I've been using right along, but we're going to take you to advanced levels. I'm going to show you guys how to do different things, different tests, get a quicker, a faster, more direct, what's my problem with my bike type diagnostics, and you'll be able to look at a bike and go, it's that. You know, that's what I'm looking for, to get you guys up to that level. And you guys will eventually, you'll get to the point where you'll be able to hear these things. You know, I'll hear a bike drive by and go, oh, that those points are off. You know, I'm going to show you do's and don'ts. They have different people use different methods for things, and I'm going to show you why some of those methods are okay, but they're not accurate, and what can happen from not having accurate settings. So one of those is a beat box. And what the heck's a beat box? And it's a box you hook up, and once the points open up, that's where you gap them, and then, you know, basically it tells you if the points are opening and closing. But the dwell is off, so that can have consequences. We're going to get into a little bit more performance stuff, what you can and cannot do. It's kind of one of those things where when you do something to a bike, you need to do something else to a bike at the same time, so they complement and out, so they weigh each other out. I see too many people doing one thing dramatically, and the bike runs like crap, and they're like, I messed it all up, and then they end up junking it, and it's one more bike gone. You can get performance out of a bike, absolutely, and there's a right and wrong way to do it. Just because you have a bigger cylinder you bore it out, doesn't mean you're gonna get all the power from it. For instance, I'll word this so it's simple. You hear people talk about car engines. I bored my car out 30,000, 30 over, 40 over, 60 over. I bored my bike over 5 over or 10 over. Okay. One of the biggest differences, you're not going to feel, if you bore an engine out 10 thousandths over, a dirt bike engine, you're not going to notice that power. It's not enough to notice. But that's the reason, because it's one cylinder. When you take a car engine and you bore it out 30 over, well, now you got 30, 60, 90. You see where I'm going with this? So all that CCs measure up, and that creates displacement. Well, you're not really changing the displacement too much when you bore an engine out, unless you stroke it. So I'm going to get into all that when I get back into the KE102 build. I'm going to show you guys how not always bigger is better and not always more is better. Okay. So there's some stuff there. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about the high compression heads. A lot of people love the high compression head video I did. It does add power. It's compression. You're building compression. You're making the engine more efficient. But here's what I talk about. Like some of the stuff you're going to be learning is when you have a high compression head. Well, now you have to use premium gasoline, because if you use regular gasoline, you're not going to balance it, and you end up burning a hole in your piston. What do I mean? Octane. The octane fuel, the higher the octane, does anybody know this one? The higher the octane, does the engine run cooler or hotter? So if I went from an 87 octane to a 93 octane, is the engine going to run hotter or is it going to run cooler? These are the things you need to know. So when you have a high compression head, that cylinder is going to work harder. It's going to compress. That's right, Brian. It's going to run cooler. And the reason for that is the octane. It's going to be a more complete burn. And the cooler it runs, the more efficient it's going to be. It's not like a diesel. Diesel, the hotter it gets, the more efficient it is. You want to have an engine that stays right in its running temperature zone. I'm going to teach you guys about spark plug heat ranges and how you can use the heat range number on this. See, a lot of people think that if you have a B8ES, you have to keep putting a B8ES in there. Well, if your plug keeps following, you might want to go to a hotter plug. One of the confusing parts to this is that number. The lower the number, the hotter the plug. The bigger the number, the cooler the plug. What does that even mean? Well, that's the spark plug's ability to clean itself. Okay, that's when it cleans the porcelain. The porcelain gets up to that temperature and it cleans it. So that affects your burn as well. So there's different things like that, like B8ES. You could put in a BP8ES. P just means protruding. It's just, that's what they're putting them on now. So it's the same plug, just has the letter P in it. As you guys know, the letter R is for resistor. It's a different plug altogether. Used on CDI bikes. The regular points one was a black spark plug, which is basically because the points just open and close. So I have, guys, we're going to be getting into some serious stuff. And I'm going to show you guys. We're going to be doing some experiments. We're going to purposely mess up an engine and fix it again. So we have a lot of cool stuff like that. A lot of cool stuff. So it's going to be a fun year. And if you guys watch the videos, stay with the videos, I will promise you, you guys are going to have some really cool stuff that you're going to learn. And you'll be able to use it on your bikes, baffling, packing exhaust. Why is that important? Why is the exhaust so important? I thought I had a carburetor problem. It turns out you're saying my exhaust is clogged? Yep. There's different things like that. And I'm going to be showing you guys on some smaller engines, like some weed whackers. We're going to be doing some weed whackers, some chainsaws. And I'm going to show you some of these problems that happen in them. But it's the same problem you may be having with your bike. So we have got some serious content coming up this year. So when you see a video on a weed whacker, you really want to watch it, because some of that stuff, that information that's going to be in there, is also going to be applying to your bikes. 2 strokes are 2 strokes. And when I show you what I'm going to show you, you're going to be like, I can't even believe this. Yep. And we're going to be doing some other cool stuff with CDI ignitions on yes, I'm going to say it, a 3-magnet flywheel. Yep. We're going to be doing some cool stuff with that. CDI ignition for a 3-magnet. So that's going to be cool. How about turbo on a weed whacker? Yeah, turbos on weed whackers. They're typically on what you call backpack leaf blowers. but which I'll be showing you guys that as well. Um, a lot of stuff have nowadays turbos on them, and the turbos are literally a little induction that comes off the flywheel fan and literally forces air into the chamber. There's a Husqvarna, well, actually, um, Red Max has one too. It's a EBZ 8500, and the big wheel that spins in there and blows out the tube has two little horns on it like this, and they stick up. So here's, pretend this right here is an air filter. They stick up right inside the air filter, and as the engine is spinning, it's literally forcing air into the air box and then into the carburetor, and they're putting out some crazy power. I was working on one a couple weeks ago, and literally when you hit the throttle on them, your body twists because it has so much power. Um, it's amazing what you can do with these little guys, you know. So we have some really super cool stuff. Dale, I will be sending out that bike frame this week, by the way. I just haven't had a chance to with the whole COVID thing. I went through my whole house. But once again, guys, Dale and I are going to be doing a collaboration on a Honda CT70 Silver Tag that I got from Harvey Spooner. So it's going to be a really cool, fun build, which I'm looking forward to. And then I'll have a CT70 in my collection, which is awesome. We have pretty much everything there's something that needs to be done to every bike. We got what do you call it there? You know, other than the bike builds that I have currently going, like Brian's, and his bike's getting a high compression head, is getting a what you call it there, 5-speed gearbox and a GT 80. So that's gonna be fun. So what do you call it there? Brian's bike is gonna go from a 4-speed gearbox to a 5-speed. That's gonna be a cool video. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Yeah, I won't. Nope. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be like by the end of the week. I promise you, I will not send you any COVID. Once I have my negative test, then I'll send it. But it's actually, I haven't touched it. It's been in the shed, so my COVID riddled fingers haven't been on it yet. So, hey Scott, thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy to be back. So I can't wait to do some videos. We're gonna be working on Robert's bike this week. We got some stuff going on now. We're gonna work on the front of the bike. I gotta take the 2 tires off. I was gonna do the tires, but I just don't have the ability to do the tires. My what do you call it? With the way I've been feeling with the chest, so I'm gonna send the tires out, have them switched over, and then a buddy of mine does tires, so those will be back, and then we'll get his bike. Getting that thing wrapped up. When you guys see this tank is beautiful. I think I showed you guys. It's a yellow tank, his DT 400. So can't wait to get that. What do you call it there? We have, I know you are, Dale. I'm just going along with it. Whatchamacallit there? We got a bike you guys haven't seen yet that came in. So from Nick. So we'll be doing his. We got a couple of engines. We got a Suzuki 120. Yeah, Suzuki 120 engine. No gears, won't shift. So we're going to be getting into that. A lot of little stuff like that. We have a KE 100 motor that's going to be, what do you call it? We have to start it so you guys can hear the crank bearings. We got to do crank bearing seals, gaskets, refresh the engine, check it all out, and go from there. So it's going to, and it's on the engine test stand. So we have to run it, my run stand. So we have that motor going to be coming apart doing that. I also have my what do you call it there? My Coleman CT200. I have a brand spanking new Predator engine in the box for that 212, and that's getting a longer connecting rod to bring it completely up to 0 deck, which I'll be talking about that terminology and all that. We're going to be doing we're going to be 0 decking it, performance connecting rod and piston, valve springs to complement it, and it's going to be getting an electric start kit because the Coleman CT200 is going to be electric start. And of course, it's down bottom by the motor. I don't like that. So everything's going to be motorcycle style up on the handlebars. So there's that. We have, oh man, gosh, we got some stuff. So that's what we're going to be working on. And then, of course, after that, we have to get back on my Suzuki DS100. I'm actually having a hard time finding a magneto for a 1980 magneto. So once I get that, then we can put that together, because I have right now in there, I have a DS80 magneto in there, but I want to put the other style back onto it. What else we got? I'm trying to think. There's just so much. Oh, my GT80, we have to do that. That's got the high compression head on it already, but we got to do the 5-speed gearbox. My nephew Anthony, we got to get his bike together. We have a lot of cool stuff, guys. So we have enough content to last us throughout the year, which is awesome, to get us into 2023. Thinking about the whole year ahead, with all the little videos in between of teaching and all that type of stuff. So we literally have a lot of stuff for you guys all planned out. We're also planning on doing a giveaway of some cool stuff. So that'll be fun. I can't wait to do that. Thinking about doing that in summertime, June, July, right in that realm. What do you call it there? One of the things, well, I can't tell you that. It's confidential. I can tell you, no, I can't tell you that either. But we got some cool stuff. And hold on one second. Let me just go grab this. All right, we are. I was asked to do a video. So I'm going to do a video on something super cool, and I thought it was really cool that they asked me. I do have the t-shirt, but my wife claims the t-shirt, so I only get to use it for the video, so I have to keep it clean. But Super Clean has asked me to do some work, some video. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the stuff that they sent me. But even Super Clean don't know what I'm going to do with the Super Clean stuff. So here's some Super Clean. Which one's this one? Dissolves grease, super easy. So this is a degreaser that Super Clean has sent me. What else did they send me? Super Clean dissolved grease. This is a an aerosol can. Super Clean. Little free advertisement for them. I am not being sponsored by them, so this is cool. So I'm free to do however I want to do it, and I'm going to show you guys some stuff that even you probably don't know about Super Clean. And then tire and wheel cleaner. So, of course, the wife with her brand new it's not new now, it's 2 years old, but her new 2020 Mazda 3. It's a good product for that. And, of course, this is something I wish I had a ton of. Floor absorbent oil, it scoops up the oil. That we'll use. So, we got some cool products from the Super Clean people, and well, we're going to be doing a video, but it's not the video that they expected. See, they want me to share with you guys that I use Super Clean products. Well, guess what? I do use Super Clean products, and I have for many, many years. But not this one. That's okay. I'm going to show you some stuff that you can do with this stuff right here. See that Super Clean right there? The spray degreaser. I'm going to show you guys some stuff that's going to blow your mind with this stuff. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So that stuff is powerful. Okay. When I tell you powerful, I literally mean it's powerful stuff. It is, well, I also use Simple Green, and this is better. Okay. This is definitely better. So yeah, it's crazy. You're gonna like what I'm gonna do with it, and I guarantee you'll be going out and buying this. I'm not buying out the other stuff, but this particular is gonna blow your mind. Yeah. So that's one of the awesome things that we got going on from the Super Clean people. So we'll be doing that video really, really soon. It'll probably be within the next couple of videos that I do. So it'll be pretty cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, the DS80. That's a great bike. I have one. I have a couple of them. I had a couple of them. I got one and one in a box, and um, the DS80, fun bike, powerful little guy. But I've been what's the word I'm looking for? I keep accumulating parts for the bike, which is great. Now I'm up to 3 engines, which is really cool. And one of those beautiful engines are going on my bike because my bike needs crank seals, crankshaft bearings, and a whole gasket kit because they ran it with the carburetor hanging halfway off of it, and it had a lean condition, burnt up the crank bearings. So we'll be doing videos on that, and then that motor will be good. And in the meantime, I'm gonna put one of my other motors on it so I can run it. Now I don't sell the motors, I don't sell the parts to them, but I do keep them in stock so I can switch them over when I need to do something like that. So my bikes are never down. The Suzuki DES 185. That is a powerful bike, Miles. You're gonna really love the hell out of that bike, if you don't already. And I will look for that banjo fitting for you. Um, I need to know if it goes on the jug or if it goes on the oil pump itself. So that's where I need to know because I'm not familiar with that type of banjo. But I have a bunch of different styles of them, so I'm sure you can find something. Um, we have literally. I thought, I'm like, what am I going to do for videos for this year? Turns out I got a library of them. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some really super cool stuff. And I'm going to keep the Two Stroke Tuesdays. I was doing Two Stroke Tuesdays on different days, like Wheelie Wednesday, Full Throttle Fridays, whatever. I'm going to stay with the Two Stroke Tuesdays just because I can keep that consistent. And I really want to kind of focus on the channel and the direction of the channel. So I'm going to hopefully you guys can all make it when I do them, but the lives and all that type of stuff. And honestly, this is a great opportunity if you guys have any questions or you need to ask questions about your bike. This is where to do it. You can leave comments on the channel as well, and I do my best to try to get back to you guys. It has been literally crazy, even though I haven't done a video I think in a month. You guys have been great checking in on me. Kevin, how you doing? Haven't heard from you. Is everything all right? And and even asking you questions. So it means a lot to me. It really does. I just want you guys to know that the support that I personally get from this channel is amazing. So it's an honor for me to get back to you guys. So I appreciate that. Yeah, the bike runs great. Just smokes like a train. The banjo presses in. Yeah, but we oh, banjo goes on the truck. Okay, on the cylinder. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. On the cylinder, on the truck. Okay, I'll take a look and see if I have one. Um, if it's smoking like a train, try taking out the baffle out of the exhaust miles and cleaning it. Sometimes that helps. The baffles really they get sooted up, and then when the bike runs, the pressure pushes it through, and then all the smoke it just builds up a lot of smoke. Um, Also check your automatic oil adjustment as well. The what was I gonna say? Yeah, we're gonna be getting into all that. We're gonna be getting into some, really. I have a video on packing an exhaust. Um, we're gonna get into tuning a little bit more in tuning and understanding the fundamentals of two-stroke tuning. Two strokes are very, very finicky, and if you don't do it correctly, it can come to bite you. And one of my questions I always get asked. Anybody ask me this question? Your idle speed screw. What is the where do you set that at? And they set it to 1.5. And I tell them, 1.5. And then they say, well, it runs like crap. Well, yeah, that's just to get the bike going. Things that would alter this, okay? The reason why that's an adjustment screw and not just a plug in there with an actual fixed jet is simple. Because this right here allows you to compensate for things like a semi-plugged baffle. You may not know your exhaust is even plugging, but you can adjust it. You can tune the bike so it runs good, even with that problem. Fouled plugs will make the you might need to adjust your carburetor. Different ways of the engine running. For instance, you could have two bikes. One could have 120 right at the cusp of just that good, and the other one could have like 175 pounds of compression. The carburetor adjustment is going to be different on both of those. Okay, so you that there's no one and a half turn and then that's it. The book tells you 1.5 turns, but that is just to get it going. This is for fine tuning. Okay, that's what that airspeed is. It's for fine tuning. There's so many variables. A one cylinder. What do you call it there? A one. Your slide could be one in your carburetor. That could change it. Your needle could be different. Um, different altitudes, for instance, may require you to adjust. So if you're at 6,000 feet above sea level, you're gonna be adjusting. If you were at 4,000, so different things like that affect the idle mixture screw. That's why it's adjustable, and typically it's just like the book says, 1.5. So you put it 1.5 to get the bike running, get it warmed up to temperature, and then typically it's just within a quarter of a turn in either direction. You're not gonna be like crazy turning out and turning all the way in. It's not gonna be like that, but to fine tune it. So we're gonna be getting into videos on that. So best nibble. Oh yeah, the KV 100 next. Yeah, your next bike there. The KV 100 is literally a Trail Boss. So the sister to that bike is a Trail Boss 100, and they have a high and low gear range. That is a farm bike. That bike was designed for ranches, farmers. Um, that's the people who were going to go get the sheep and the cattle and all that. So what they would do is they would click it into the low range, and they'd be able to climb up all those hills with the bike at a low speed. It's not for high speed. It was for low speed for the ranchers to get around there on a 100. It was actually a great idea, and it was used like that for many years. And then you have your high speed. You click it onto high. You can't shift with it while you're riding. You have to stop the bike, go from low range to high range, and then you'll be able to go at regular riding speeds like a KU 100. That's really all the difference is. It's just the low on them, and it's pretty cool. So it's a really cool. Excuse me. It's a really cool bike to have. If you have a chance to get one, jump on it. You won't regret it. They're very torquey, very powerful, and yeah, I have nothing bad to say about the KV 100. I actually have the little guy to that, the mini bike, the KV 75, and which is a two-stroke mini bike, 4 horsepower. It's a 3-speed automatic, and yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat bike. I love mine. I've got a few of them, and quite happy with them. I did have a KV 100 a while back. The bike was burgundy, and yeah, what happened with that? Oh yeah, the engine when I got it, the engine was so filled with water it was completely destroyed. But I was able to keep the high and low gear range off of it, which is actually sitting on my KE 102 belt because I took a KE 100 engine, had it machined to accommodate for the high and low, which I thought was pretty cool. So, do I need that? No, I just thought it was something cool to put on the bike, and I just thought it was pretty neat. So, yeah, it's got my bike will have the high and low range. Not that I need it, but it's pretty neat to have it on there. Yes, the F7 175. That is a very quick bike. That is a man, geez, those are kind of built on the oh, what do they call it? The big what do they call them? The bighorn. They're kind of like on the bighorn styling. They got that flow to them. Very nice bike. Very powerful bike. Yeah, the 175. They have so many. They had so many bikes back in the 60s and 70s, and unfortunately for those bikes, YouTube wasn't around back then. Um, because there'd be a lot of people being able to salvage those bikes, but unfortunately, they went through the scrapping crisis back in the what do you call it, the 90s and 2000s, where everybody was turning metal for stupid money, and people had them in the backyards, bikes, and scrap 'em, you know. But the Cub is, yeah, typically you have to ultrasonic clean it. Are you missing parts out of it, or um? I'll tell you what. Yeah, send me some pictures of it. Um, just typing this out. There we go. 81 minutes. Yeah, the cash for clunkers, that sort of thing. People were just taking bikes by the droves, get them out of the yard. It was a perfect opportunity for people to clean out their yards and to and scrap stuff. And you know, YouTube started in what do you call it, the 2006. So prior to 2006, things got junked and thrown out, and it was just awful. Oh, that's awesome, Dale. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So Ricky Dale Swager has a on his channel, and Dale, your channel is doing awesome. By the way, guys, once again, if you guys haven't had a chance to get over to Dale Swager's YouTube channel, get over there, give him some love. Tell him Kevin sent you, and give him a thumbs up. Um, he's what do you call, a great guy. Does some really awesome stuff, and we're gonna be sending over the a bike for him to do. Let me just check something out here real quick. Um, because his channel is growing really really good, and I just want to one of my last times we did mentioned it, he was at 300 and something, and now I think he's up over 500 subscribers. So he's coming up there, guys. So we need to get him up to 1,000 so you can start monetizing. We can't lose Dale. We need to have Dale. People like Dale. It's very important for us to stand together. Wow, Dale, 562. Good job. So Dale has 562 subscribers. So we need to get him to 1,000 so he can start monetizing and start making some money on these videos. Because when you start making money on videos, you can start producing more content, and that content helps out. And that's what this is, a family. So when you go on his page, hit the subscribe button, hit the share, go on your social medias, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Pinterest, whatever it is that you're using, and send it, and give him some love. He does great work, and he's been a subscriber of mine for quite a while now. So definitely get over there, and yeah, definitely do that. Oh, you're very welcome, Dale. Happy to help. You're growing. You do great work. In fact, throughout my COVID, and I haven't done videos, I've been watching Dale. I watch Dale, so you need to watch Dale. So get over there and give him some love. Hit the thumbs up, and definitely like and subscribe. What do you call it? There? And tell him, say, hey, I'm from Kevin Bergeron's channel, and he'd be like, welcome. So awesome. Thank you, Ricky. Yep, get over there. All the subscribers. We need to. We're a community of bikers, so that's what we do. We share, and we pass on the knowledge, the wealth. I'm sharing with you guys. Get over there and do the same thing for him. He's, like I said, great guy, and awesome content, awesome stuff. So it's pretty cool to have someone who does what you do and you can share this type of stuff. So I'm really looking forward, Dale, to doing that collaboration video with you. That's gonna be cool. And Dale is the first person I'm actually letting work on any of my bikes. So that's a testimony to his work. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. Nobody's ever worked on any of my bikes. Nobody's ever touched a single one of my bikes. So that's a pretty good thing. So I'm looking forward to doing this. So yeah, definitely get over there. Thumbs up, like, share, share the pants off of it. So and tell them whoever you're sharing with to like and subscribe. Okay, because it's a big. It really does help us. It helps us all. Honestly, it really does. Especially because I don't do all the bikes that Dale does, and Dale doesn't do all the bikes that I do. So when you put the two of us together, you're getting a large plethora of vintage two strokes from Kawasaki's to Hondas to Yamahas to all just it's endless. Endless. So I bet I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Um, it really is important, and for us motorcycle heads, because even if you're not into the bikes that Dale is working on, you will get ideas and you will get knowledge of how you can implement his teachings as well as mine on your bikes. So some of his techniques might are different than mine, of course, because we're two different people. But you may find something he's doing easier than the way I'm teaching you. So definitely get over there and hit that thumbs up and like and share. Even if you don't have Suzuki bikes and you just Kawasaki, get over there and do it anyway. Kawasaki and Suzuki are brother and sister anyway. So you're still in the same family. To let one of your students get one of your. Yep, absolutely. Yep. And I'll tell you, it's really awesome that he's going to do that for me. So he does the restoration stuff. I don't do the paint. I don't do that type of stuff. So he's going to show you guys how to prep and do all that type of little stuff. So it's really cool. Between the two of us, you're getting an education. I mean, honestly, you are getting a textbook education on how to do these type of things. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And once Dale gets to that point, guys, he might even be able to do some live chats and some stuff like I'm doing as well, which will be better for the channels and better to show you guys what's going on and you'll have that interaction, which the interaction part for me is a really big thing because you guys invest your time. I mean, well, for instance, when I say time, I'll show you something. I'll explain to you. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this up here. When I was looking at my numbers the other day, and I have 1,550,965 views so far year to date, and 1.5 million. That is so mind blowing. I can't even wrap my head around that. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Dale. Oh my! And you know, no, it's not, and it's one of those things. I've been doing it for so long. How you doing, Tom? I've been doing it for so long that I didn't even realize it. Like, wow, that is a lot of views. I mean, a lot of them are on my furnace video. I have 150,000 views just on my furnace video on how to restart a furnace, and I get every year around this time. That's the video that keeps me going throughout the winter is how to restart a furnace. So that keeps my numbers up. But when I'm looking at this thing, 1.5 million views, I would have never thought this channel was going to do that. So you keep going, you keep doing what you think you do is right, and you just keep, nurturing the channel, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm really honored once again that you guys are here, and we do so many cool things on here. The teachings, the first looks. I got a first look video I have to post. Um, we literally have some really cool bikes. Wait till you see Nick's bike. I'm going to be posting his video up pretty soon. And yeah, Nick has a really cool Suzuki that I'll be showing you. So build it the way they. Yep, exactly. Build it and they will come. Great movie reference, by the way. Excuse me. Um, it's amazing that this channel was going to be like that. You know. Yep. Field of Dreams. Great movie. In fact, we just got that. Ordered it the other day. My son's getting into baseball, so he's into that sort of thing. So pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, guys, we get some stuff going on. We get some engine stuff going on. We're gonna be doing some four-stroke stuff as well. We're gonna be implementing that, and I'm gonna be showing you guys a little bit more in depth in wiring. I want to definitely nurture the wiring aspect of it because a lot of people I've been seeing a lot of hackery and some of the stuff I saw how people put two wires together is just, oh my god, that is not going to work. It's not going to hold up, and a lot of hacking. So I want to show you guys how to properly, solder wires, connect wires. I've been trying to do that a little bit on the channel and show you guys how I fix wiring because you want a solid connection. You don't want rusty, bent, twisted together electrical tape. It's just bad for it. And you want connections that are solid, that are just as good as factory, if not better. And if the wire is going to break, it's going to break everywhere but where you fixed it. So that's what I want to make sure you guys are going to learn. And Nate, so there's that, and a lot of ignition problems are still arising. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about that because a lot of people don't know. Back in the 40s and 50s, 60s, and early 70s, points ignition was what they used. They didn't have CDI. So when you bought your car in for a tune-up, or motorcycle for that matter, they would check the whole bike out or the whole car out, and they would tell you that you need points, wires, plug, you need cap rotor, plugs, plug wires, and that sort of thing. And then, air filter, fuel filter, PCV valve was one of them, a crankcase ventilation breather, which would be on the other end of the PCV system. So when you went in there, when you bought a tune-up back in the day, you literally bought a box of parts. I mean, the technician would walk out there with this big box, and it would have everything in it: points, condenser, plug wires, cap, rotor, air filter, PCV valve, crankcase ventilation breather. It would have and all this stuff. And you'd be like, I needed all that. And that was a tune-up back then. Of course, today's technology has changed, but the bikes that we're running haven't. They're still the same old bikes from back in that era. It wasn't until 1975 that cars started going CDI. So a lot of people don't know that. In the automotive industry, that's what it was. When you bought a car in 1976, it had CDI ignition and or electronic ignition, same thing, and that's when they changed over. So it basically made that part of the ignition system maintenance free. But when you bought a tune-up, you still bought distributor cap and rotor, plugs, plug wires, okay, PCB, all that. So nowadays, all that has changed. The air filter, the PCV system, the crankcase ventilation breather little filter is gone. They don't even use that no more. They take it from a tube after the air filter, so which makes it eliminates it. So they basically simplified the system so you have less parts you're purchasing. How they get you is they charge you more for the less parts. I don't know. Smart? Yeah, it's marketing. But today's technology is completely different. Our bikes are primitive. They're old school. So we need to, when we're working on these bikes, we need to embrace that. That is something that is old school technology, and we can't take you can't take a KE100 and treat it the same way you would a KX100 because they're two completely different animals in two totally different decades, in two totally different eras. So they're, other than the color, they're not the same. So, you have to keep that in mind. And I have a lot of people going, "Oh, my KE100 sucks compared to my KX100." Well, the KX100 is also a motocross bike. Your bike is an enduro bike. They are they may look both performance bikes, but you have to understand that the KE100 is an on-off-road mild bike. It is not a motocross bike. You can't jump it. You're not going to jump a fence with it. If you do, I guarantee you're not going to jump the fence. You're going to go through the fence because you'll never get that bike 50 feet in the air like you would a motocross bike. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. So when you look at the price of the points, the condenser, you know, versus a CDI box. The nice thing about points is if you break down on a trail with a set of points, chances are they're just wet and they just need to be dried off. You could typically take a nail file, and clean them up and get yourself back home. When a CDI goes, you're dead in the water. Call the wrecker, have someone help me push this thing back to the truck. You ain't going home with that. You're not riding that bike anymore that day. At least with points, you can clean them most of the time, 90% of the time. They're wet, damp, oil on them, or something's on them that you can take a can of brake clean them off, regap them, sand them down, regap them, and then ride the bike for the rest of the day, and then adjust the new points and condensers later on. But with CDI, you don't have that opportunity. When a CDI goes, done. That's it. Put the thing in the back of the truck, and we'll have to get a $200 module, unless we want to get a Chinese one, which may or may not get us home the next time we go out. So points have their place. Points are not a bad thing to have. They're a bad thing when you have 28 bikes and you have to buy each one of them's $35. 35 times 28. You feel what I'm saying? So all my bikes have to be CDI. That's just how that is. But I mean, these bikes are they're a pleasure to own and they're a pleasure to ride. Even from the mini bikes, people like, "But Kevin, your bike that you ride on the streets an 1100 Virago." Yep, I drive a XV 1100 Yamaha Virago. That's my street bike, and now I got my 350 Honda back. The thing is, with a biker, a real biker, not just a Harley Davidson biker. I'm talking a regular biker. Okay, a real biker doesn't care what he does. He can go from a moped to a mini bike to a 100cc to a 250cc to a 1100cc. He doesn't care. He just enjoys riding. He just enjoys bikes in general. That is the definition of a biker. And the definition of a biker is also helping his biker friends. So when a bike goes down in a pack, you all pull over. You all grab your toolkit. You go running over. "Hey, what happened? What's the bike doing?" "Okay, sounds like it might be this, and we'll see what we can do to get you up and going." That's what bikers do. We really enjoy the community that we're in, and we're brothers at the end of it. Riders versus bikers. Yep. Riders versus, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But we're bikers. That's what we do. We bike ride. We get our trusty do rags, and we just get right in there and do what we do. And we don't think twice about it. When someone's bike goes down, it hits us here because it's like our bikes are going down, and we feel it all together. Hey, how you doing, Houston? It's been a long time since. Yeah, I've been. I had COVID, and I took a little bit of time off to get some stuff I had to get done. I've been working like crazy. It's been a crazy winter. Um, I'm a professional mechanic as well, so when I'm not doing videos, I'm working, and work has been crazy. Hey, Chad. Yep, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. It's the best way to put it. Yep, I mean, and we enjoy our little 100cc bikes. We don't need to be. I got a plethora of bikes. I can go from a 75cc. I have a 50cc, and I love the hell out of it. I have a mini bike with a lawnmower engine on it. The Coleman. Doesn't matter. It's just a fun thing to do. It's a fun thing to whip around the yard, and you just, you guys know. You guys do the same thing I do. We just enjoy it. We want our families to experience it. We want to share this lifestyle with the world, and that's what we do. The off-road riding adventures usually involve a challenge of getting all the bikes. Yep, out of the woods. Literally, that is a challenge. Trying to get rid of my KH100. Sadly, fun little bike. Don't have any use for anyone with CB350. Takes me everywhere. Yep, I have a CB350. I actually got my CB350 back. I sold my bike 13 years ago and got it back. There's actually videos on that. Man, I will tell you that I couldn't believe. Houston, I don't know if you saw that video, but I literally could not believe I got my bike back. And I said to the guy, he couldn't get it going because I have a CB350 Honda, and I put a 360 Honda engine on it. So it's a 350 bike with a 360 engine. He couldn't figure it out, and he's like, I can't find the parts for this bike, and I'm like, that's my bike. I told him all about the bike. He couldn't believe it, and we call it there. He says, $500 is what I just bought it for. He says, if you want the bike, it's yours for $500. Done. When can I come get it? He says, I'll be around Wednesday. Let me get a truck. I'm on my way. And I got my bike back. And I said to him, I said, here's how it's going to go. I'm going to walk over to my bike. I'm going to give my bike a hug. Then I'll give you the money. That's exactly what I did. I walked over to my bike, threw my arms around that tank and squeezed it because I didn't want to sell that bike, but I had to. And yeah, I got my permit on that bike. I had that bike for a stupid long time. And just to be able to get it back, even just seeing it there, walking by, I almost brought tears to my eyes. My son, Michael, my first biological son, when he was my son's age, like 7, 8 years old, I used to give him rides to the bus stop on that bike up and down my street. And I lived up in the White Mountains at the time. And I put the little pegs on there for him, the little Honda pegs, and so he could hold on to me, and I could take him for a ride up the street to the bus station. Well, guess what? They were still on the bike. The bike was, when you look at the bike, other than it had mirrors on it when I owned it, and it had a different seat on it, but the seat was ripping. So I'm not really upset about any of that. But anyway, all that stuff that I put on the bike is there. In fact, that was the first bike I wired up. So the front marker lights when they come on when you turn the key on, the headlight comes on, the 2 marker lights. Well, on my bike, all 4 marker lights come on. And I, because I missed that bike a long time ago, like within that 13-year period, when I had my Virago, well, I still have it, but when I got my Virago, I took that idea that I put on that bike and put it on my my Virago. It was awesome. And now I have 2 bikes with that same setup that I came up with. Do you know? Yeah, I got COVID, and I've had it now since Monday that I know of, probably a little earlier. And I also got something going on in my chest, but I am feeling better. I'm just not out of the woods yet. So I'm kind of laying low, and I was like, you know what? I can't do a video, but I could do a live chat. It's Tuesday. let's do a two-stroke Tuesday. So I put that on there the other day that I'm going to be hosting a two-stroke Tuesday. Haven't done one in a while, and I said, you know what? I need to be with my peeps. I need to be with my homies and you guys and that. So it you know that's why I'm here doing this tonight. I'm feeling good. I'm just sitting in a chair, shooting the breeze with my friends. That's what I'm doing. That's what this is, a family, and enjoying it. So it's pretty cool. And 7:30 to 9 o'clock is what we normally do. So it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. I did lose a little bit of weight, yeah. This COVID thing has kicked my butt. Hey, wait, was I fat before? No, just kidding. No, I lost not much weight, but I'd probably say about 5 pounds at least. Yeah, it's taken a to me, it went right through the whole house. So my wife, my son, and yeah, it's pretty bad. And I'm pretty sure the dog even got it. But yeah, no, it's been pretty bad. But knock on wood, it's nobody was hospitalized, and we're all vaccinated, so that helped. All but my son, my little guy, he hasn't got his vaccination yet, but he wasn't. He it barely even hit him, so he was okay. He just had like one day he was down, but yeah, I'm double vaxxed. My wife's double vaxxed with booster, and she got the booster, and I could tell you this about that. She had less symptoms than I did, and I'm just double vaxxed. So I think that I do believe that helped her out. If you're on the fence about getting the vaccination, I would strongly recommend doing it. Um, it keeps you out of the hospital and it increases your chance of dying. I mean, lessens your chances of dying, not increases. Not increases. Strict that from the record. You know what I mean? But no, seriously, it's I think that's what really helped me get through this whole thing. To be honest with you, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm looking forward to getting back out into the shop this week. So I'm hoping to get back out there and start going on the bikes again, at least by Friday. So the weather's also been kind of with the cold, the real bitter cold. Even with my heater on in there, I had a heater on in the shed the other night. Try and get out there and seeing how I'd be able to do. Once the cold hits my chest, it almost knocks the air out of me. So it's been the cold air with this has really been hard. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, definitely the chest. That's my kicker right now. It feels like someone's sitting on me, you know, but for the most part, I'm all right. So, anybody doing any fun projects this week? Anything creative? I like seeing the bikes because when I see the bikes, I get ideas, I get thoughts. I'm like, I can do that with mine, or I can make something similar to that, or I would change this. That's why I have so many bikes because my bikes, you guys know that a lot of them are one-off bikes because I make them that way. Like the other day, I was looking, I went out back and where in my storage facility where I keep all the bikes parked for the winter, and I'm looking at my red KD80, and I said, you know what that bike needs? Doesn't really need it, but I'm going to put a speedometer on it. My KD80, as you guys know, is CDI ignition, and I put the MC1 fender on it, the black fender, because they had the same fender as my yellow KM100. I already got one of those. Let's put an MC1 fender on it. So I did that, and I was thinking about a lot of the bikes I've gotten rid of over the years, and the MC1 bike, that front fender I kept. I've always kept them, and I'm like, you know what? That's a great looking fender. So I'm gonna put that on this bike. So I did, and I'm very glad I did because it really brings out that bike. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna change the front wheel hub. Put a little. I have a speedometer from a KM100, but not the one with the lights in it. It's just a regular speedometer, and I'm gonna do the bracket on that and put a speedometer on that bike. Not that it needs it, but it's just something to put on, an accessory to put on that's cool looking. Oh wow. New master cylinder on my 2008 Yamaha 400cc scooter. Wow, 400cc scooter. That must go. Yes, working on a DT 400. Yep, that's Robert's bike, and we'll be on that this week. So in the case of my 72 TC90 Kickstarter is stuck. Typically it's not the Kickstarter that gets stuck. It's something in the clutch area. So I would definitely, when you're pulling that cover off, keep your eye open on the clutches, because, or the clutch is something, one of the gears in there typically that go on there. And they also, on the Kickstarter, it could have been a dog. There's like where your spring comes up, there's a little pin there. Sometimes those pop out or they wear. Something's worn through. Most likely it's a wear item. But yeah, when those get stuck, it's something typically that drives it. There might be something in the gear, like a tooth in the gear or something. So keep your eye open for those type of things. Typically, they're not too bad, but yeah, typically something stuck in there or something backed out. Like I seen screws, like the little plates to hold different keepers on. I've seen a screw back out. It moves just enough, and it catches right in the way, and the thing won't move at all. They bind right up. So it's going to be, you'll see like something worn, and keep your eye. Like the easiest way to find something worn, and it'll be pretty shiny. You can use a flashlight, just kind of look around there until something kind of, shines at you. You're like, oh, okay, that's pretty worn. Let me take a look at that. And then typically you'll see where it binds up. TC90 is a great bike. I wanted one of those. I have a TC 100, 120 here, the motor. And I also have a Suzuki TS 250 motor out in the back, which I'm not sure what I'm doing with. I need to make a home for that. I'm probably going to fire it off and then put it online for sale. I only a 250 2-cylinder. It's a big motor, heavy motor. But those two strokes, you couldn't kill them things. They were just beasts. Absolute beasts. Man, fun bike though. But yeah, we got some cool stuff going on. I can't believe we're in 2022 already. Just blows my mind how fast time flies. And I didn't work on any of my bikes last year. None of them. They're all, excuse me, they're all from, what do you call it there? 2020 was the last time I worked on them. I've been working on everybody else's bikes. So this year, just before spring, finishing up all this stuff. Then I'm going to work on mine. And then we'll see where we're at after that. Some big changes coming to the channel once again, like I said. So we're looking really forward to doing that. And I hope you guys like it. And as always, I'm going to be looking for your feedback. So because ultimately, I'm the creator of the channel, but without your feedback, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So I need your feedback so I can keep moving in the correct direction. Oh yeah, I had a 250, 250 Mojave. That's a great bike. That's a beautiful bike. I always wanted another one. I got one. It was a basket case, and they have a KLR 250, same engine basically, and you can use that carburetor from the bike. If you know this or not, but the 250 KLR 250 Suzuki, Kawasaki, I mean, that intake and carburetor will work on your bike, and the power, you better hold on. You can use the top end too. I think it has a different intake valve. Clean. Super fun. How bent on going? Oh yeah, no, I would be too. I would be too. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. Good chatting with you guys too. I really, like I said, I really enjoy that. And, talking with you guys. Thanks for the pointers. Your content super helpful. Oh, you're very welcome, and I'm very happy to help. And that's what this is: content creating, and it's basically based on what I feel that you guys really need for subjects and topics. And it's one of those things where, as a mechanic, and I know what goes, I know what doesn't go, and I know, like, a lot of times things aren't always what they seem. If you know what I mean, like, like with points, ignition, and spark, and all that type of stuff, and even with carburation, these things are, you know, for someone who don't know anything about these, this can be a nightmare if you don't know what you're looking at, or what the hell does that do? you know, so being able to teach you guys how this actually works, how you can tune it, and how you can make it run, make your bike perform the way it's supposed to. That's a blessing for me to be able to share that with you guys. And not only that, you guys have learned from me, and that's even bigger. So I appreciate that. Alaska, wow. That's kind of, oh yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine being in Alaska. That's God bless you. That must be hard. I mean, can you guys order parts from eBay? I mean, um, I never knew that, so I didn't know from being in there. eBay, Partzilla. I'm sure sending to Alaska would be hard. Because I know a lot of people don't really. They always put on there the lower 48. You know what I mean? So being up in Alaska, that's yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip. Everything could be. I'm sure everything could be flown in. It's like, man, that's hard. That's hard life up there. But yeah, I figured out points from the spark issues with it. Yeah, oh yeah, it can be hair pulling. It can. That's why I did these videos, because a lot of these bikes, a lot of them get junked. Before I started making content, I had a bunch of people. Um, yeah, shipping. Yeah, a lot of people had said to me, this bike was headed for the dump. I had one person say to me, I've held on to this bike for 20 years. It belonged to my father. And I couldn't get the thing going until you started making videos. And then you encouraged me to go out there and work on it. And now 20 years later, the bike is actually running again, and that's awesome. Yeah, I know. I can, yeah, I know. That's what I figured. Some people won't even ship it up that far, because it's a risk. I mean, it's a big risk. I'll go lost in the mail. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be one hell of a distance to go, from here to there. But you gotta find your avenues. Unfortunately, depending upon where you live. But man, that's hard. That's hard. That's definitely hard. Well, guys, it is 9:01. I am going to let you guys go for the evening. I do want to say once again, thank you guys for hanging out with me on our first Two Stroke Tuesday of 2022. Um, that's just amazing that we're even at this point, and we're able to just keep going with this. This is just unbelievable. And, once again, thank you guys. Thank you very, very much for all your support and checking in on me and all that. It means a lot to me. We don't get it. Didn't get the. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Yep, for Captain Cranium. He's in the other room with his mom. And I just, once again, thank you guys for all your support. I really appreciate it. And we're going to have one hell of a year. So if you guys are up for it, I will see you guys next Tuesday, Two Stroke Tuesday. And if you guys have any concerns or any questions on your bikes or any of your projects you're working on there, by all means, bring them here, because this is a great time to be talking about your problems with your bikes. And remember, There is no such thing as a stupid question. The stupid question is the question you didn't ask and then messed it up because you didn't ask it. And one of the things that this channel is basically based on is I understand that you guys aren't mechanics. I'm gonna make you a mechanic. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna make you into a mechanic, but I understand you're not mechanic, so you can hit me with any question, and I'm gonna give you an honest answer, and I'm not gonna look at you like you have two heads, which is a really cool place to be. I'm your wingman. I'm your wingman. So you guys are the mechanics, and I'm your instructor. I'm your teacher. So that's my mentality when you guys ask a question. I don't look at you like those guys. It's clearly this. No, it's not how it goes. It doesn't go like that at all. So when you guys ask the question, I know that you honestly don't know, so I'm going to answer the question the best of my ability. So in a way that you guys understand. I'm not going to tell you guys, it's the defibrillator valve next to the conjunction function valve. No, we're not going to get into stuff like that. I'm just going to be like, okay, it's this, and we'll work it out, so it's cool. Once again, guys, don't forget to get over to Dale Swager's YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, so when he posts a video, you guys get it. Tell him Kevin sent you and give him a big thumbs up. He would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. And you'd be doing us both a favor because he's such a good guy and he does awesome work. So give him some love. Okay, guys? You guys have a great night. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I will talk to you guys. Obi-Wan Kevin. Have a good night, guys. I'm out.